number 9. Chapter name The Food We Eat. Topic The Food Chain. Today we will talk about the food chain. But before starting of this topic, all of you think about the word chain. What is chain? When you will think about that things that is the chain, you will find that many parts of the chain that are interconnected to each other. They are connected to each other, and by the connection of these parts, that chain got very long. It got a length. So the chain that you will thinking at this time in your mind, that is directly connected to the food chain. The change thing is, here we are connected to the food that is in the form of the living things. So today we will talk about the chain that is related to the food of the living things and how they are connected and why this name is given to this. Just see it. One living thing needs another for food. In last few classes we talked about that the living things are depends on one another. One is required of other and the other one also needed of the next one. So all the living things are giving the help to each other in the different forms. So one is needed for the other and the other is also needed for the same one. We all are helping each other, we are in need of everyone. The plant needs the sun to make food. All of you know that the plants can make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. In this process, they take the sunlight, air, water, and with the help of these three, they can make their food. So the sun is giving a very important role in the making of the food of the plants. A food chain shows how living things are connected to one another. Food chain, it shows how the living things are connected to each other. Suppose that there is an insect that is eating the plant. When you will notice, definitely some other living thing is also present which are taking that insect as the food. When we talk about the plants, we talk about also the few plants that are insectivorous, that eats the insect also. So same as the one living thing is food of the another one. That are making a connection between all the living things in the form of food. And that connection of the food is the food chain. Insects are also the food of some other animals like the birds. And birds are also the food of some other animals. So whatever the chance that in the nature a living thing gets to take the food of the another living thing, that makes a chain, and that chain is the food chain, in which the smaller living thing is the food of the bigger one and the next bigger one is the food of the next bigger one. So all they are making a proper chain, that is the food chain. A food chain is nature's way of making sure that we are all sufficient. Food chain, it is the nature's way, method that is using the nature to make sure that all the living things are in proper number and all they are getting the food properly to life mode. If any particular species will not get the proper food, that species will be ended. That type of animals will be ended. You know that there are many type of animals that we can find in the past, but at present all they are totally invisible or they are totally died. We didn't get that type of animals, and that type of animals are known as the extinct animals. So food is very important, and the food chains make connection between these living things to provide the food for the others. Sunlight provides energy to all. In the whole this food system, in the whole this food chain, the sun is giving energy to all. Sun is only not giving the light to the plant to make the food. It is also useful for all of us. You know that the sunlight, it has the heat, It can keep us warm. It keeps us warm. So, by the help of sun, we can easily survive when the winter season comes. When the very cold comes, that time the sunlight helps us. And as the human being, the sunlight also give us help to make the vitamin D. It is a source of vitamin D. So, sun is giving the energy to all the living things. What happens when the food chain is disturbed? It is very common thing that the few things you can see in the nature. But sometimes the disturbance can be take place in the environment. So here we are talking about the disturbance in the food chain. As living things eat many different things, several food chains are often connected to one another in a complex network. It is called a food web. I talked you about the food chain in which the living things are connected to one another, because one living thing is the food of the another one and the another one is the food of the next one. So there are many animals. If you just remind, when we talk about the food for animals, when we talk about the property of animals, we just talked that there are different type of animals like the carnivorous, omnivorous, herbivorous. Herbivorous are those who eat only the plants. Carnivorous are those animals who eat only the flesh. And herbivorous are the animals those who can eat the plants also and flesh also. So omnivorous is a category which eat different type of foods. Same as there are different animals also who can eat the different types of food. So this connection makes the combination of food chain, and that food chain that is connected in the one, that is the food web. All of you just think in your mind about the chain and the web. When you will think about these two words, you will find that the chain, you can put the chain in the straight, but the web, there are different type of lines which connected to make the web. In the web, you can find different type of chains are there. That's why the name is given to this. In the food chain, a particular living thing is eating different type of animals, because it is not fixed that the one animal is eating only the same type of animal. If they are carnivorous, they can eat the flesh of deer also, they can eat the flesh of rhinoceros also, they can eat the flesh of hippopotamus also. Whatever the food they will get, that will be in the combination of food chain, and that food chain will be interconnected to make the food web. Every living creature has its own importance in the food chain to maintain the balance of nature. Every single living thing, even a small ant also, they have the importance to maintain this food chain and food web, because they are the food of some other insects, some other living creatures. So all they have the proper importance. In the forest, you can find the different type of wildlife is present. Suppose that just a particular living thing got injured, what will be the result? Suppose that if the carnivorous animals like the lion, tiger, they get injured. In that condition, the herbivorous that are present there, they will be totally freed. Nobody will be there to kill them, to less their strength. In that case, that herbivorous will be increasing very fast. And if the all herbivorous will be increased, in that case, they will eat the whole food that is present in their surroundings. So, the balance is in nature is present. The all type of living thing is present to control the population of the next one. So food chain and food web, they both are related to the fooding of the animals, and they both are connecting the animals to giving the importance and making balance in the nature to the life of the living things. So today we talked these two topics, and after that this chapter is now finished. In next class we will talk about the next chapter. Thank you.